record, this next record is called Blurryface, and there's kind of this whole long description of who he is, but it's a character, and it's a guy that kind of represents all the things that I as an individual, but also everyone around me, are insecure about. You know, we're all insecure about certain things, and when I think about insecurities and my insecurities getting the best of me, the things that I think of are kind of a feeling of suffocation, and then also the things that I, create with my hands. I'm very insecure about what I create. So my hands and my neck, for kind of representing who this Blurryface character is in this record, is manifested on stage and in music videos. Have like a black greasy look on the neck and on the hands, and that's just something that I came up with. Very dramatic, I know, but it helps me kind of get into that character.
Blurryface. Blurryface changed everything for 21 Pilots. It was an absolute smash hit, being among some of the most successful albums of all time. It became the first album in history to have every single track be certified gold by the Recording Industry Association of America, a couple tracks even reaching platinum status. How did this happen? At this point in their career, 21 Pilots were succeeding, and were selling out shows of around 3,000 to 5,000 capacity here in the US, and were even playing shows in Europe. They were doing great, but they weren't quite mainstream yet. After a short break, 21 Pilots announced their new album Blurryface, set to release on May 19th, 2015, the release date of which was later changed to the 17th. The album had a very cryptic rollout, with many teases, puzzles, and cryptic tweets from a Twitter account of the character Blurryface, of whom I played a video of Tyler explaining earlier. After the album's release, singles Stressed Out and Ride absolutely exploded, with Stressed Out peaking at number 2 on the Billboard Hot 100 in 2016, and Ride peaking at number 5. 21 Pilots had now entered the mainstream. Blurryface is, to put it bluntly, a good but flawed project from 21 Pilots. It's their most accessible album, which is a bit of a double-edged sword. On one hand, it feels less authentic, more generic, and less aligned with the rest of their discography in some ways. But on the other hand, the great melodies, the poppier sound a lot of tracks have, it ends up being an enjoyable, more relaxed, and simultaneously upbeat listen. This album introduces the character of Blurryface, of whom Tyler explains in the clip shown earlier. The general theme is an exploration of the character of Blurryface and how he controls Tyler, and then Tyler attempting to fight him, culminating in the album's closer, Goner. But how does this album begin? Heavydirtysoul is one word. By that I mean throughout the song, Tyler combines those 3 words and makes it more of a concept than anything else. In the chorus, Tyler speaks to God requesting to be saved as a result of the expression of issues Tyler has and the world around him has. The song has these really intense industrial sounding beats, which are really, really, really good and just sound so awesome and extreme, and just the wah 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 and the friggin' bow wah bow wah. It's so cool. And all of that, paired with the rap verses, it makes for a really loud and extreme listen. It's also one of my favorite songs live, and one of my favorite 21 Pilots songs ever. It's just such an adrenaline-rushing song, and I really enjoy it. Stressed Out is their most famous song. And like I said earlier, this album is their most accessible work, and I think this track is the pinnacle of that accessibility. And not really in a good way. The subject matter focuses on growing older, the stress that comes with that, and wishing to return to when you were younger. And don't get me wrong, that is a substantial life experience that almost everyone goes through, but it's almost like a little too generic for a 21 Pilots song. When comparing the concept and writing to most of their discography, it almost kind of sticks out like a sore thumb. It's still a good one, however. I enjoy it instrumentally, and I think the melody is cool too. Ride is a poppy, reggae-inspired song that is another one of their biggest hits. It's a more hopeful track, showcasing Tyler's existential overthinking mostly about death, and deciding he wants to try to live his life to the fullest. This song has some really great melodies, instrumentation, writing, and everything. It's a very solid track, and probably my favorite out of their 3 biggest hits. Definitely better than Stressed Out. I think this is also a very accessible song from 21 Pilots, but in a different way than Stressed Out is. This one is catchy, relatable, and the same same way their other music is, and the writing fits in much more with typical lyrics from Tyler. I already explained why Stressed Out is accessible, but like not in the best way, but this one is accessible in a great way. Good song. Fairly Local was the first single for the album Blurryface and served as an introduction to the character. The song's verses showcase two sides of Tyler, verse 1 being from the perspective of Blurryface, and verse 2 being from the perspective of his regular self. Both verses sort of mirror each other in an interesting way, which makes for a really cool song. Cool production as well. Tear in My Heart is the first of many songs Tyler wrote for his wife, Jenna, of whom he now writes a song for every album. It's a very upbeat, catchy, nuanced, and interesting love song that I really enjoy. That's all there really is for me to say about it, though. Lane Boy is a song that delves into themes of attempting to achieve commercial success as a band, which inherently risks being labeled as a sellout. This song is completely honest about Tyler's opinions with everything surrounding that, in an almost sort of badass way. Tyler explains this song in an interview, and I apologize, I can't find a video of it, so I'll just read this. I describe Lane Boy as the moment where I broke character. Saying things that weren't necessarily artistic or beautiful, but exactly what I wanted to say and exactly what I was feeling. I broke character and became a frustrated human. For a moment, I don't imagine needing to say things like that anymore. I remember showing that song to some people and they said, "I don't think you want to say that." And Josh said to me, "Let's say it." All of that, paired with the sick, fast-paced drums, the matching synths, this song is awesome. One of my favorites for sure. After a much more intense track, Lane Boy, we get to The Judge, more of a ukulele sing-along track. It features lyrics that speak about Blurryface and, you know, stuff like that, but it just doesn't really feel like it has a solid concept as a song, and also just don't really care for it sonically either. Honestly, this is my least favorite track. Sorry. Doubt is a song that has received more attention as of its sudden popularity on TikTok and the re-release of the Doubt demo version. And to be honest, since then it's grown on me. I think it's a really solid track from the album that highlights some of its best qualities. It's a song that focuses more on religious struggles and questioning, resembling more of their previous work. The production is really interesting and enjoyable as well. Great song. Polarize is a really catchy track that uses the term polarize to describe Tyler's effort and struggle to separate himself from the character of Blurryface, which I find to be an interesting concept, and I think that this song encapsulates that concept and transforms it into writing very well. But sonically, this song doesn't really have that much going for it. It almost gets a little grating in the same way their song Johnny Boy does. Help me bowl of rice, help me bowl of rice, help me out. We Don't Believe What's on TV is an upbeat ukulele song. To be completely honest, I'm struggling to describe the song or form any significant opinion on it. I am sorry to We Don't Believe What's on TV fans, Side note, I keep thinking of this, YouTube video I watch rating every 21 Pilots song, and this guy, when he was doing We Don't Believe What's on TV, he mentioned, how... We kept saying that he doesn't think that selling hair would be a lucrative business venture.
Also, making money selling hair doesn't seem like a lucrative business venture to me. I feel like you can't really make a livable wage off of selling hair.
I enjoy Message Man sonically, but I think in terms of its lyrical content, it's really not that great. It just kind of comes off as pretentious and doesn't really do anything to make up for that. It lacks the stupid, silly charm, which I keep mentioning, that is prominent in a lot of their earlier work. You could say the same thing about Lane Boy, but like I said, that track is badass and also just less pretentious. I'm just not really crazy about this track, and it's probably one of my least favorites. Hometown is a really pretty and eerie song, and it feels fairly different from the rest of the track list. It's interestingly structured too, beginning with a refrain rather than a first verse or a chorus. I'm not really sure what else to say about it though. Not Today is a very melodically enjoyable and piano-driven track that I find to be a very fun listen. Holy shit. Some of the lyrics don't really age that well.
Don't you test me though, just because I play the piano doesn't mean I'm not willing to take you down. Sorry.
But it makes up for that with that stupid silly charm that I will shut up about at some point. Overall, this is a really fun track that I enjoy. Not the best, but it's good. Goner is a really emotional song, possibly dating all the way back to 2007 during the No Fun Intended era. It's a very emotional and climactic song, where Tyler truly tries to fight back against Blurryface, shown through the bridge and outro featuring scream vocals and intense instrumentation. It's a great track that ties up the album really well. But I think the 2012 version is a little bit better. The absolutely haunting, creaky accordion, the vocals have a more sad tone, it's just a more emotional and almost devastating piece. It's more like a goodbye rather than a battle. Which brings me to a terrifying, gut-wrenching, horribly depressing fan-made video titled Blurryface Won. I'll play it right now, but it's a really tough watch, so skip ahead if you need to.
I'm a goner. Somebody catch my breath. I'm a goner. Somebody catch my breath. I wanna be known by you. I wanna be known by you. I'm a goner. Somebody catch my breath. I'm a goner. Somebody catch my breath. I wanna be known by you. I wanna be known by
It takes the Goner 2012 version and adds like crying, ambulance sirens, church bells, and it's just like the picture of Blurryface, and it's so simplistically horrifying and existentially dreadful. It's art, and it's a sickening piece of art. But yeah, I think all of that definitely brings the song up for me, and just the song itself is really good. So this is one of my favorites for sure. And now, time for the tracklist ranking. You know the drill by now. At the very bottom, we have The Judge at number 14. Next is number 13, Polarize. Number 12 is We Don't Believe What's on TV. Number 11 is Message Man. Number 10 is Stressed Out. Number 9 is Hometown. Number 8 is Tear in My Heart. Number 7 is Not Today. Number 6 is Fairly Local. Number 5 is Ride. Number 4 is Doubt. Number 3 is Lane Boy. Number 2 is Goner. And last, but by far not the least, number 1 is Heavydirtysoul. I think this album's great. Sure, it has some flaws, but I think at the same time it's some of their best work in terms of melodies. And that makes for a really enjoyable listening experience. I think the character of Blurryface is an interesting and creative concept as well. And what that character would become, well, that's even cooler. One thing I've always noticed that I've never really heard anyone say anything about is the production in this album is like a little grainy, almost. Like in a way where it sounds lower quality than Vessel. It's mostly just the vocals that sound a little off, but still, I'm not sure if it's intentional or not, but just listen.
You got one time to figure it out, one time to twist and one time to shout, one time to think and I say we start now. Sing it with me if you know what I'm talking about. I'm a goner. Somebody catch my breath.
And then listen to some stuff from Vessel.
I know where you stand, silent, in the trees. I'm taking over my body, back in control, no more shoddy. I bet a lot of me was lost, T's and crossing I's and dotted.
See, it almost sounds like clearer than Blurryface. I mean, I would assume that the grainy sound on Blurryface is intentional, but I honestly have no idea. Especially because I've never seen anyone say anything about it before. But yeah, all of that aside, my final score for this album is, drumroll please, a 9 out of 10. It's great. Not perfect, not even close to perfect, but it's really great. Are you guys excited for what's next? And when I say that, I'm referring to my Trench video, but also Drum Show comes out tomorrow, so that's pretty cool. Alright, yeah. Whoa, what the hell is that running at you in the distance?